Right there, let's get into tracking those new patient calls. So hopefully you've been through the messaging training, and this is going to be another quick one where along the new patient experience, we've gone from messages and now we're into tracking those new patient calls which are coming in, which we believe, and as discussed in the previous section, are patients who have a higher level of interest in going ahead to have treatment in your clinic. And that's why we treat them slightly differently. Calls we consider to be anything from a new potential patient that is spoken communication. So, of course, that means regular telephone calls that are coming in, but it can also be calls that are coming through messaging apps like Messenger, through WhatsApp, WeChat, and also walk-ins. You know, a rare occurrence in many clinics in today's world. However, clinics do report to us that we still get people coming in off the street, walking into the clinic, and asking about having treatment in the clinic. And we define this call as a discovery call. If you're in the later stages of the Clinic Boost program, you'll learn a lot about the discovery call, where patients find out if you're a suitable fit for them and you find out if they're a suitable fit for you before you actually get them in for a consultation session. So that's the discovery call. And who is going to track this information? It's usually the person who is actually responding to the calls. That could be you. It could be a clinic manager or an administrational team member, or in some of the larger clinics we work with, it could be an actual outsourced call center that only deals with doing calls and emails. Okay, and when to track them, you can do them as they happen, of course, just like we've shown in previous videos. The easiest way is just to pick up the yellow sheets, make little notes on those there, or at the end of the day, you can, if you're using tracking software, you can see the number of calls that are coming in, and also outgoing calls and whatever. But separate the the numbers of new calls, but they need to be new patient calls. So be careful not to mix these call numbers with existing patients who are already in treatment with you, have already been to the clinic, that they're separate from this. We're only tracking here new patients. They're calling you for the very first time. You're speaking to them for the very first time. If they call again and again in between times before they have consultations, don't track them again. We're tracking just the first time that they call. Okay? You're going to put this number, or the appointed person is going to put this number in the tracking sheet, which you've downloaded already, and to try to do it every single day, okay? And the result here is at the end of the week, you can see if that number is low, if it's higher than usual, should you do something about trying to get in new patient calls? And then the conversion from calls to consultations, how many patients who made a call actually ended up having a consultation in your clinic? And if you're meeting the targets, so what target did you set? How many calls did you expect or want to have into your clinic this week? Did you meet that? Is it according to the benchmarks or the targets which you've set for yourself? And it would be the same, of course, going on for patients that are actually having consultations in your clinic. Okay, so next, let's get into that actual consultation session and how to track that.